Shalom, shalom, all praise be unto Yahweh, Bashim Yoshai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Most Honorable Well, and shalom to the elect, man. Yeah, I've just been watching this Piers Morgan with Dana White interview, which is a very good interview, mainly towards the end. That's what really got my attention, because they were talking about the health. He was talking about, Dana White was talking about his struggles in his health in the past until he hired, I think, like a like a health specialist. I'm gonna put it like that, a health specialist. Who said, basically saying that, with the habits that you do, the way you eat and all of that, you only got about like your mortality is slim. He was saying that you got about 10 years to live if you carry on the way you were. So he took him seriously, and the guy and Dana White was actually banning out the medical system. He was saying, look, back then I was on 3 different pills, and each pill had 10 different side effects. And guess what? The elders and apostles of Great Most on down, we've been telling you these things. There's so much information about why you should not even trust the health institution, the government provides, man. You got to go. You got, first and foremost, you got to pray and seek the Lord, and secondly, look, man, the Lord has provided natural things of the earth and things you can do, and exercise and healthy diets and stuff like, which is what they talk about. He mentioned he gave him a strict 10-week keto diet plan for what do you call it, resetting the resetting the metabolism, eating certain foods, strict exercising as well, focus on breathing, focus on getting sunlight, all of that. And everything he was saying is like natural and things you can do. You don't need government assistance. You don't need pills and supplements and stuff like that. Yeah. And he got Dana White into good form. I think that guy's name's called Gary, I believe. But anyways, it just reminds me of the scriptures, man. What does the scripture say about this wicked world, and also the scripture, the book of Daniel's, the Daniel diet, as we talk about, Yep, let me go straight into the point. We'll start from verse 9. Now the Most High had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. Yeah, and the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who have appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces worse liking than the children which are of your sort? Then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. So Daniel had been offered a certain type, have been offered food by the king to eat, right? And it may have not been no ill intention. It just, yeah, it may not be no ill intention. Just wanted to, to eat, because it came from slavery, man. Yeah, verse 11. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove our servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. So Daniel was testing the king's men on a diet, yeah, and he said, let them for 10 days, yeah. You can even call that a keto, some form of a keto diet. And let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Yeah. So what's pulse? We know what water is, right? What's pulse? Should be vegetables, greens. As you see, their outline of biblical usage. Zarai. If I'm pronouncing right. Zarai. Outline of biblical usage. Vegetables as sown. Yeah. Vegetable as food. Yeah. Greens and water. So you can call it a keto diet. So a form of a keto diet. Yeah. 10 days. Yeah. Prove our servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them and let them give us pulse to eat, vegetables, and water to drink. Then let our countenance be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of a portion of a king's meat. The king's meat could mean a lot of fatty food, a lot of proteins. Not necessarily bad food. Because obviously the food back then was way better than now. We got a lot of junk food and ultra processed food, which is quote unquote, FDA approved and stuff like that. But there's certain foods that you don't want to eat all the time. Yeah, heavy foods and stuff like that. Just bread and meat all the time. You can't just have that all the time. It's not wicked to have it. Just you need a what you call a balanced diet. Yeah, so Daniel made a test. Okay, when we eat our veggies and water for 10 days, let's see the comparison of your people eating the king's food and us just sticking on veg and water for 10 days. Let's see who looks good, who looks better, who's more healthier, who's more energetic. Yeah, yeah, that's what he's basically saying. So it was an experiment, yeah, and a survey. This is wisdom, man. Yeah. Read that again. Then let our countenance be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat of a portion of a king's meat. And as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented to them in this matter and proved them 10 days. So they agreed upon it. And at the end of the 10 days, their countenance appeared fairer and fatter in flesh. So they look fairer, look more healthier, fat in flesh. I mean, they look more full, strong. Yeah. 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 Than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. Thus Moses took away the portion of the meat and the wine that they should drink, and gave them pulse. As for the children, the Most High gave them knowledge and skill in all learning, wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. So that's carrying on from something else, but the main point has been hit, man. The diet, yeah, changed the countenance of the brothers, man. Yeah, and guess what? That man Gary, Dana White's personal health specialist, was telling him that, man. Yeah, Dana White was in the verge of diabetes and stuff like that, cardiac arrest, heart problems, blood flow and stuff like that. Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value, man. Yeah. A physician is a healer. It goes back to the word rapah. But the people of the system of these institutions, you would think that they're for your approval, just like the FDA, Food Drug Administration. But guess what? They're actually going against you, man. They're actually trying to harm you, no matter what their mission statement says. Yeah, that's why you can't trust them. Even Dana White was cursing them out. Piers Morgan, the uncensored. Yeah, they were even talking about stuff like that. Oh, there's not many men that can stand up and are willing to risk themselves being cancelled and stuff like that. I like you because you say things the way they are and stuff like all of that. Oh, which we here in Great Millstone, starting from the elders and apostles on down, that's our spirit. Because the scripture says in Psalms, who shall rise up for me against the evildoers, man? That's what we're doing for the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemeshai. No matter how many times we get cancelled, how many times we get striked, channels get taken down. Yeah, we still push on. Yeah, as we're supposed to, Lord willing. Yeah, man. Forgers of lies, they lie. Yeah. These companies will tell you, oh, this is your 5 a day. So why am I unhealthy then? Why am I getting diabetes then? Yeah. Why is my immune system weak? Yeah. Why am I getting clogged up? Yeah. Why am I so mentally drained and destroyed? Why can't I function? See? Lies, man. Oh, take this pill. Take this supplement. Now you got 10 different side effects. That's what Dana White said, man. Yeah. But anyways, man. Yeah. Stick to prayer, the Lord. and the natural things, man. Exercising and a good diet plan. Anyways, with that, all praise be to Yahweh, Bishim Shai, Bishim Kakadash, Shalom.